The late 1800s saw a surge in transatlantic travel. Demand for speed and comfort pushed shipbuilders to their limits. This period gave birth to a particular class of vessel, the ocean liner. These were not simply transportation. They were symbols of national pride and engineering ambition. Today we look at how one such ship, the Lusitania, came to be, and how shifts in technology and geopolitics shaped its unfortunate end. Before Lusitania, steamships were relatively slow and often uncomfortable. Early paddle steamers were inefficient. The introduction of the screw propeller was a game-changer. So too was the development of more powerful, efficient steam turbine engines. This progression is key to understanding what would follow. Different designs such as the single propeller, the double, or multiple combinations were tested. The hull designs changed drastically as well, with longer and slimmer hulls allowing for better speed and fuel conservation. In the early 20th century, the Cunard Line, a British company, was engaged in a heated rivalry with other major shipping lines, particularly German. The competition was not simply about profit. There was national prestige at stake. To outperform their competitors, Cunard wanted ships that were faster, more luxurious, and more impressive overall. This led to the commission of Lusitania, a ship built for speed and opulence. It wasn't only about moving people across the Atlantic. It was about doing it quicker than anyone else. The engineering involved was at the edge of what was achievable at the time. Construction began in 1904, with the vessel's hull being laid in Glasgow, Scotland. Lusitania was massive. It measured approximately 787 feet long and displaced over 30,000 tons. Its size alone was a statement. The interior was lavish. There were multiple classes of travel, with first-class passengers enjoying ornate dining rooms, lounges, and luxurious cabins. The ship had 4 huge turbine engines powering 4 propellers that could drive it up to 25 knots, or approximately 29 miles an hour. It took hundreds of engineers, skilled shipbuilders, and craftsmen to design and construct the vessel. The ship's structure incorporated steel plating, which was a relatively new material at the time for ship construction. Lusitania entered service in 1907, and it was a success. It quickly became one of the most popular liners on the route. For several years, it dominated the transatlantic shipping business, but the world was changing rapidly. In 1914, the First World War began. The conflict drastically altered everything for civilian ships. The waters of the Atlantic, previously busy with commercial traffic, became a battleground. German U-boats were increasingly active, targeting ships that supported or belonged to the Allied nations. Lusitania, despite being a passenger liner, was seen by the Germans as a legitimate target. The ship had previously carried war materials and was on a list of vessels deemed potentially belligerent. On May 7, 1915, while off the coast of Ireland, it was struck by a torpedo from the German submarine U-20. The impact was catastrophic. The initial explosion was followed by a secondary and even more powerful one. The cause of this remains debatable even to this day. Most theories suggest that it was due to coal dust being ignited inside the ship, bunkers, or by the detonation of war materials stored on board. The ship sank in just 18 minutes. Over 1,100 lives were lost, including many women and children. The sinking of the Lusitania was a major event. The public response in the Allied nations was outrage and condemnation of German actions. This event significantly shifted public perception against Germany. While the ship was not a military vessel, the incident had wide political consequences, contributing to increased support for US involvement in the war. The Lusitania's history shows how engineering marvels can be both a symbol of technological progress and a victim of global conflict. It also serves as a sharp reminder of the consequences that can occur when advanced technology is introduced to a context of war.